Welcome to the RedFlex. Manchester United 3, Newcastle 1. As you can see, all three of us have got the same kit, and that's probably as much teamwork and as organisation that we've seen all day at Old Trafford. But it's 3 points, valuable 3 points. I just want to start off today's video, just a little reminder for everybody, and a thank you actually. If you haven't done so already, make sure you do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex. And we have finally hit the first milestone of the RedFlex global community. So a big thank you to everybody, including MZ, including Abs, including myself. We have gone to the 100 mark. That means that even if we pack up and never do another video again, at least we can say that we've
achieve
had
something.
100 subscribers. But we ain't going nowhere. We're here for the long term, and this is just the start of our channel. And make sure you do stick around because we've got a lot of content coming up. But let's get straight into it. I know it's 3 points, but I thought overall it was disjointed, no plan, no tactics. Let me ask you, Ab, straight away. When I say Manchester United to you in terms of tactics, what am I going to see? Because I don't think there's anything that I would expect to see.
It's a complete mixed bag, isn't it? Like, you have no idea what is the kind of philosophy of Ole. We actually don't know. I don't know what I'm going to see from game to game. At times we're trying to press teams. At times we've got a low block. At times we're trying to play kind of ticky-taka football. We're trying at times. At times we're trying to play it long. At times playing direct. I have no idea what we're going to see. So yeah, to answer your question, no idea.
MZ, are you going to have a little bit of better luck than me and Abs? What is Manchester United's philosophy? Can you tell me?
The only tactics I've seen from Ole so far is when we play against the big teams and we actually play a low block and hit them on the counter. That's the only tactical part of it that I've seen. But when we're playing against teams that are playing a low block, I don't see any tactics. It's just go out there, do what you do best, and try and get the goals.
Abs, can you tell me, is it good enough that Newcastle United, a team woeful away from home, not got a cat and hell's chance if they go to any of the big boys team? The biggest disrespect that I found, and I take these kind of things personally, and we all know that, is that if Newcastle went to Man City, if Newcastle went to Liverpool, if Newcastle went to Chelsea, they would not be pressing.
Maybe not Liverpool.
Maybe not Liverpool, but for the purpose of this argument, I would guarantee you that Newcastle would not be pressuring from the front. Is it a sign of how poor we are that Newcastle actually felt like they could come to Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams, or the biggest club in the world, and they thought they could go toe to toe with us, and they did, That was the problem.
I mean, they did, and the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, they were the better team, and that hurts. That hurts. I'm just kind of baffled by why is it that we always start off, especially at Old Trafford, it's really slow. I don't understand why we get off these poor starts. I think Ole, after the match, said it's because we played Thursday, the team needed a bit of time to get going. I don't believe that, because it's happened time and time again. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what can be done. I'm sure Ole he needs to do something about this, because if that was against a big team and we started like that, we would have been 3-4 down by then.
MZ, do you think it's good enough that we were playing counter-attack football against the mighty Newcastle United? Steve Bruce, who historically comes to Old Trafford, lies down and gives the 3 points to Manchester United because he knows that he has to, maybe. I don't know. But he came and pressed us. He came to Old Trafford thinking that he could do it, and he did do it. That is it's not acceptable. Surely.
Well, the last time we did a video against West Brom, I said it. I mean, how do you let West Brom come play United and come and have a go at us from the beginning? How do you let that? Then we're seeing it today again. Literally, it's funny. Like, literally 3 minutes in, I'm seated in front of the TV and I'm like, 2 corners in the first 3 minutes for Newcastle against us at Old Trafford. 2 corners already. And we know how poor we are at defending set pieces. And I'm like, God, please help us. And literally, that's me. I literally judge our game in the first 20 minutes. If we are slow in the first 20 minutes, I lose hope. Literally, I just say, okay, it's gonna be one long night. And that's how I judge today's game. First 20 minutes, nothing, and I knew it. I even said it in the group chat. We are losing this game. I said it.
I think recently, anyway, it's becoming ever so frustrating watching this Man United team because we know that they can play better. But Abs, do you think it is right? There's a lot of people, I think, including myself, when we were getting excited about, hashtag 21, but a lot of the others used to say that Man United are a team that they're just based on moments. It's just all off the cuff. Do you think that that is who we are?
I think at the moment, yeah. And that's, for a team such as Man United, that's probably not, well, it's not something that we should be aspiring to. It's not something that we should be happy about. We can't be a team full of moments, because in the moments where we're not having our moments, teams with real quality are going to hurt us, and we are not going to get back in the game. So it was lucky it was against Newcastle. If this were, even because, to be fair, even Sheffield United looked great against us at Old Trafford. So did Newcastle. That's just not acceptable, like you said, Qasim. And something has to be done. We need to be the guys who press and get forward and put the teams under pressure, but we're not able to do that. And we're still second in the league somehow. I don't understand what's going on.
MZ, let's talk about, by the way, we did win this game, for anybody that's watching. MZ, talk me through the Rashford goal. Obviously, I've said me and Harris got in a bit of we'll call it a healthy debate in one of the last videos. I'll give you my view in a minute, but talk me through Rashford's goal. Very, very accomplished finish at the near post.
Just before I talk about the goal, there's a point you made about fatigue. Always saying something to do with fatigue. How do you complain about fatigue and then you're 3-1 up against Newcastle, 70th minute, and you still have your best players on the pitch, and you've got Chelsea coming up next? I don't think that's a person that should be complaining about fatigue. He's bringing it on himself, I think. Then on Rashford's goal, I've always been critical of Rashford. Cassie, you know that. He does almost everything right, but then just the final product and the final third is poor. He needs to improve it. I've always been crying out, Rashford needs to improve on that. Then when he scored that, I even texted in the group. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You've done on the defender once. That's enough. First sight, shoot. There was, before Ole came to United, there was a video that him at Molde in training, and he was like insisting that his players shoot, and he's saying, you won't score if you won't shoot. And that's what I've been trying to get from Rashford, like shoot. But Rashford has been trying too much, like he wants to take 4 defenders down, then he shoots. But today, once, he did craft once, took him to the right, shoot, and he scored. And it was a good finish, to be honest, because even if I was the keeper, I would expect him to go far post and call it far post, but he went near post, so that was a good finish.
I think Harris was probably jumping with joy when Rashford scored. But the issue that I've got with Rashford, and for everybody that's watching, please let us know your opinions as well in the comments below. But I think that Rashford, at times you look at him and you think, this guy is doing things that Cristiano Ronaldo was doing, and you think this guy, he can compete with Mbappe, he can compete with the best players in the world. But then you see games where Rashford's on the pitch, but you don't think he's on the pitch, and then you see his finishing, which goes from one extreme to another. Yeah. Abs, what did you think of Rashford's performance today? I did think he did have a good performance today.
Yeah, I think he was more consistent throughout the 90 minutes compared to maybe the last few games. But again, I think there's so much more we can see from, just like MZ was saying, there's so much more he can do. And yeah, exactly. He just wants that extra dribble. He wants to try to take on the extra man where he doesn't need to. So he's got all the talent in the world to be one of the kind of best forwards in the world, but at the moment, I still think he's lacking that confidence to shoot. So he prefers to do the extra dribble, the extra touch, and instead of shooting, he wants to pass sometimes. And he needs to get out of that game. If he wants to become a world-class player, he needs to be much more ruthless when he's anywhere near the box.
We've got some comments. SYG, again, feed poor Martial, poor 2 sitting midfielders, joke. Zoom, fatigue from traveling, get ready for games like this. We have depth, but we don't have a full quality team. And at the end of the day, this time last year, we were fighting to claw our way back up to top 4. We got a better team and fighting to stay up. We got a comment as well. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Absolutely, 3 points, vital 3 points. We are going to get into the Daniel James topic because I'm sure everybody wants to hear.
Interesting, Qasim, to hear your view on this.
Daniel James. But MZ, I'll come to you next. Our goal, I'm getting sick and death of our defending. I'm getting sick. I'm just getting fed up. I don't know if I said that right, but I'm getting fed up. I'm getting fed up with our defending. I'm getting fed up with Maguire. I'm getting fed up with Lindelof. I'm getting fed up with Wan-Bissaka. De Gea, I'm getting fed up of him as well. What on earth is happening? Why can't we defend set pieces, MZ? Tell me.
I think it's up to the coaching staff and training. I think something is wrong there because we've seen it. How comes like the whole world, like leave alone us United fans, even the opposition fans, see that zonal marking during set pieces isn't working? Like literally, and it's not just with zonal marking, even with team selections. Like everybody sees it. Okay, this doesn't work, but I don't know what it is that Ole sees or what the coaching staff sees that they have to stick to the same team. I don't know what's wrong, but I think it has to go back to the training and the coaching staff. I don't think we even have defenders in the coaching staff.
Who's trying to join us as well. Sorry to interrupt them. Yeah, if you're gonna be really honest, we'll get him. We'll get him on.
We'll get him on. Yeah.
So I mean, do you want to add him? Is he here? Yeah, he is here. Do you want to add him?
Is he here? George, let's see if I can add him. Yeah, he's here. Here we go. Is he
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm going to just change the. Let me just change the view.
Where's your kit, Aris?
There it goes. You know what? I didn't have the zebra kit.
You banned.
Listen.
Did you not get the memo? Come on.
I didn't have the zebra kit, so I thought, what's the point? What's the point? But listen, I was desperate to get on, man. This was an absolute disgusting performance by Man United. This is the reason why we're not in any sort of conversation for any silverware, any trophies. Again, you know, I'm sorry, but Fred, pathetic. Martial, pathetic. Disgusting performances. You know, by both of them. You know, Lindelof, you know, that little bit, you know, where he got turned by Almiron, and he just, you know, that sums it up for us. That just sums everything that's wrong about our defense. What one guy just turns him, he runs past him, even though he's got like a 5-yard head start, and they nearly, you know, got a goal from it. It was disgusting in the first half, guys. Come on, it was just one of the worst. Again, I'm saying it again. It's like I'm on repeat. Another disgusting performance in the first half at Old Trafford by Man United. And, you know, where does it end? It's like every home game now, we're just thinking, you know, which Man United are going to show up. Away from home, okay, fair enough. You know, there's some sort of like, you know, consistency. They seem like there's a plan. They play some decent football and it kind of works. It kind of works, but you know, something's got to change, and it's got to change quick. Has to change really quick.
Yeah, I think the form at Old Trafford is pretty poor. Sorry, MZ, were you going to say something there?
I was just going to add something on Fred. I think with Fred, I think it's the same with Harry Maguire, I think, and it's more, it runs around the team because you see when Maguire plays with Bailey, he's a different player. He's a different defender than when he plays with Lindelof. But then I think with Fred, I've noticed it. Whenever Fred plays with Matic, he's a different player. Like he's totally awful. But when Fred plays with McTominay or Fred plays with Pogba, he's totally different player. Like he lost the ball today, and I was like, seriously, are you even a professional player?
Do you remember? It kind of set the tone, MZ, in the first 10 minutes. He lost the ball. Do you remember? Yeah. And it kind of set the tone. It kind of set the tone for them.
Harry's trying to group everyone together on his friendly.
Look, I'm just stating the facts about Fred and that shot. Come on, that shot he took with his right foot.
That's his wrong foot, Harris. Come on, that's his wrong.
But
he's
running up somebody has to tell him. Somebody has to tell him to stop shooting.
Let me remind you that David De Gea can also not shoot. Maguire also can't shoot. Lindelof also can't shoot. Wan-Bissaka also can't shoot. Martial also can't shoot. So
no. Come on.
Let's put things into context here a little bit.
You know, they'll make a compilation for this.
We got some comments here, which is going to lead me to my next part of today's show. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Swala Al-Habshi says, Daniel James has to play every game. And showed
Come on,
that he's a Manchester United
That's not
player.
gonna like that comment.
This is a wind up. This is a wind up, Swale.
I am going to get onto that comment shortly. Martial, I don't know what's happened to him. Poorest, Sumke, what kind of performance was it, Harris? We're going to answer these questions shortly. Let's get on to Daniel James. Before anybody starts singing Daniel James's praise, he was very average today, and he was so lucky with the goal. You know, and everybody in this
everyone was average. Qasim, the whole team was average.
Did not aim to finish at the nail. He just aimed for, he just hoped for the best, and it just happened to go to the near post. He's probably one of the poorest finishers in the division, and he did not have a good game. Please do tell me, do not tell me that he had a good game. Abs, let's go to you. Let's hope that you've seen some sense, and you're also going to say the same.
He did something.
I think, Qasim, that's a very loaded question there. If I've seen some sense, that means you want me to agree with you, right?
Yes, I'm going to do a Harris. I'm going to try and loop you into
right. So it's for him. Let's start with his performance. I think this was one of his better performances I've seen recently from him. Anyway, for sure, he was actually driving with the ball, which is something he doesn't usually do. At times where he would usually just go for a simple pass, he actually ran with it and actually went past a few players. I think this was probably one of his best performances, on par with his first few games till when he actually joined. But does that mean he's at the level to play for Man United? I'm still not sure though. But this for me was one of his best performances in the United shirt.
MZ, what was your thoughts on Daniel James?
Well, for me, Dan James, Marcus Rashford, what stand out the two best performers from our side, like from an average performance from the whole team. Like, them two stood out for me. But then, yeah, like I've said, he ran with the ball like so unlike him. He had the confidence to actually take the ball and run with it. Then two, I actually don't blame him, and I'll say it again. Like twice in the first half, I saw him receiving the ball in the wings. He drove to the wings, lifted his head up, and there's nobody in the box. He had to try to go back and pass it to Wan-Bissaka. Like, so basing on how he was ever since he came, and then he had that good spell, and then he dropped off. Then now I think his confidence is picking up. The game times that he's getting and the goals, they're helping too. So I think he's getting there. He's getting his confidence back slowly, and like saying he's like a proper Manchester United player now, I think that's just being reckless. But he's getting there. He's a young lad, and I mean, Qasim being so harsh on him, he had a good game today.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
We're going to get on to Harris now. Just to let you know, Harris, by the way, Marcus Rashford is 23 years old, just on the back of the last video. So according to you, he maybe has another year of development. I'd let you know about that. So Harris, tell me about Daniel James today.
Forget Daniel James. Let's talk about Rashford's goal. Forget development, mate. That goal was world class. This is the reason why he is in my Man United 11. This is the reason why I said on the show he's in my world class Man United 11. No other player can do that. Which other player?
Don't start this again.
You know what? Forget any other player in the United team. Which other player in the Premier League could score that goal? Not many. There's only a couple. There's only a couple.
It wasn't that good of a goal.
There's only a couple. There's only a few players that come to mind who were able to score that type of goal.
I think it was an error from the goalkeeper, to be honest. He should have saved it.
Great shot. Whether it was an error or not, whatever, it was a goal, wasn't it? It went in, right? It's a goal. So, but anyway, let's go back to Dan James. Dan James, yeah, I thought he was average. Let's be honest, it wasn't a scintillating performance. But Qasim, you can't say he did nothing. He was rubbish. He produced the moment of quality when he needed to. In front of a goal, to be honest, I'd expect him to score. MJ probably didn't expect him to score. No one expected him. He did the job. He got the job done. It was a good finish.
He wasn't aiming for the near post. That's my point.
Hey?
He wasn't aiming for the near post. That's my point.
He was.
Well, he was aiming it for like underneath the keeper's legs or whatever he's aiming. That's what he was aiming for. Through the keeper's legs, right? Even then, it's a good finish. Yeah, so, that's not, end of the day, he was in the position. He had the opportunity to score and he scored. He didn't waste it. It wasn't a Martial or Rashford where he just wasted it, went wide, over the bar. He did it. He was clinical. It was his only chance in the game and he put it away. I mean, I'm not sure what else you expect from him. One shot, one goal, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Dan James. Yeah, so I'm not sure what as in like what else you want from me. Scored in the previous game, scored in this game. I've said it before. He's not worthy to be a regular Man United player in terms of in the 11. I've said that already. But you can't turn around and say he doesn't deserve to wear the shirt. Of course he does.
No, he doesn't.
He's proven out. That's a ridiculous comment. That's a ridiculous comment. The stats are there, Qasim. He scored 6 goals.
Will not
6 goals in his previous 9 appearances. 6 goals.
I will not let you, Harris,
in his previous 9 appearances. Sorry, the stats don't lie.
I will
not. The stats don't lie. I'm sorry. The facts are there, Qasim. Facts are there. 6 goals in his last 9. I'm sorry, but that's top level striker stats. They are 6 and 9. I'm sorry, but that's.
If you think Daniel James is top level, then Man United might as well just pack up, liquidate themselves, and just finish the history of Manchester.
Again, you need to kind of separate your kind of dislike for Dan James with the actual facts that he's with the actual facts for this season. With what he's actually producing.
I don't dislike Dan James.
It's half decent. It's half decent what he's done this year.
I don't dislike Dan James. I respect Dan James. Dan James has gone from nothing to Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. So I respect that. What I don't respect is that he's not good enough to wear the shirt. That's the issue.
Sorry, disagree. I disagree with that.
I think we need to move on from this debate.
No. This is the debate. This is the reason why people are going to tune into the show. Forget about this. Let's carry on. But Dan James.
People have tuned out of the show.
My opinion. Dan James.
We got less viewers than we had before you came on.
Dan James deserves to start against Chelsea. Dan James deserves to be rested in the next game on Thursday, and he deserves to start against Chelsea. That's my opinion.
No. If we're gonna have to
he could do a job though against Chelsea. He could do a
good I'm saying on the counter-attack. He'll suit him.
He'll suit him. Kay says Daniel James, he's our number 21. Show him respect.
Yes, that's it.
Back in the league.
Exactly, mate. Show him respect.
He's been brainwashed by Harris, so we'll move on. Swallow Al-Habshi, they have to train Mason Greenwood playing number 9 role because Ollie was a striker. I don't know why our strikers are not showing up. I'll tell you the reason why they're not showing up, because they're not good enough. People like Martial, Rashford, Greenwood, they're not simply good enough for Manchester United. Let's go to Martial. Abs, we'll come to Harris shortly because I'm sure that'll be interesting. But we'll come to Abs first. Martial, another woeful performance, another disgraceful performance.
I think it's obvious he's completely out of form at the moment. He's completely lacking confidence now because he's been out of form for such a long time. I think the arrival of Edison Cavani's had an impact on him as well because he's been shoved to the left and to the right, and he doesn't have his own he can't play where he wants to play, which is up front. And because Cavani, when fit, usually starts, that's a kind of Ollie's basically saying to him, you are not good enough to be in that position anymore for me because I've now signed somebody else. So I think because of that, he just completely tailed off. Because to be fair, last season, I don't think many people were saying he's not good enough. So what's happened since then is we've signed a striker who is world class, and that's affected him. Maybe mentally he's not secure about himself. He's got some issues, and things like this do affect him because it's happened before as well, where he had an issue with the shirt number, and the shirt number when I think it was Zlatan took his shirt number. Yeah. The season after that, he was pathetic again. So these little things seem to make a big difference. So it could be that, or it could be he has come to the end of his career at Man United and he needs to move on.
MZ, I think you know more than anyone my thoughts on Anthony Martial. We've had various discussions. Would you agree mentally weak and possibly on the way out of Manchester United for you?
Personally, I want him to go right now.
You want him to go right now?
I want him to go right now.
Should we arrange contract now? Should we call the taxi now?
I've tried to be patient with Martial. I've tried to say, okay, maybe he just has to find that form back. But then game in, game out, like literally today, I was watching him. Dan James has the ball on the right. He fizzes in a very hard and low cross. I mean, if that was Cavani would be sprinting to that near post to get to that. He was literally outside the box and he was jogging. You are on number 9, the ball is in the wings and you're jogging into the box. How do you explain that as a number 9? I mean, one thing with him, I think Jose was right on thing. He's got attitude problem. I mean,
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, how many players, how many young players have we seen that have been at a club, then you've the club buys a world-class striker, like an experienced striker, and then the young striker, and he takes it positively and tries to learn from that and be a better player. But then if you're telling me if we buy a world-class striker, an experienced one, you're gonna have a problem with that and your confidence will drop. I mean, you don't deserve to wear our shirt. You don't, because
No,
that should
absolutely.
give you more. It should give you more motivation to actually want to play and prove to the manager that you can play. That's what you got to do. I mean, look, we brought in Teles. It's made sure a better player. I mean, we brought in Cavani. I mean, look at Greenwood's movement. I mean, I've noticed his movement is good too now, right now. You take it positively, and there's a game, I think it was against Liverpool. Cavani was telling Rashford, like, you move this way, you move that way. And then immediately, Rashford makes that move, he scores. I mean, that's how you take such a move from the club positively, and you show your attitude that you actually want to play for that club. You want to fight for your position, but it's like he doesn't. I mean, Cavani is injured now. It's him. He's our number 9 that we're depending on right now. And if he's not taking the chances that he's given, what are you doing at our club?
For you, Harris, Martial, is he closer to the exit? Or for you, is he also with Rashford a world-class player?
No, I've said in the last show, I don't think he is. It's just really odd though, because you think Ollie came in, he's a striker, he's gonna make them better, or do something which he did last year. He was amazing. I think this conversation, even thinking about this conversation that we're having week in, week out,
last year was good, yeah.
wasn't even on the agenda. It just wasn't something that was even thought about. Is he good enough? Is he going to be there next year? Does he need to be sacked? So I mean, I don't know how you deal with this. Do you give him the rest of the season, see how he is next year, or do you just quit your losses and say, right, he's had enough chances. He's always been labelled with that kind of that tag, isn't he? Where if he's not the top dog, then he doesn't really show up, or his attitude isn't right. But yeah, it's just really odd. It's really odd. I mean, you can't say he's not got it in him, or he's not got the potential to be world class, because he proved that last year that he was on the right track to be world class. We thought he was going to kick on. I thought he was going to kick on and be very similar, or maybe even improve, and then it would have been the start of something really, really good in terms of his striking career at Man United and his stats. But it's all kind of just falling apart. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, you can't sell him now. You have to wait till the end of the summer. Ole keeps on playing him, so you can't say that he's not had enough chances, because he's had more than enough chances. Obviously, Cavani's injured, so so he plays, and obviously when Cavani's fit, I think he does probably prefer Rashford and Greenwood. But then again, we've seen him where against Liverpool he's put Rashford on the right and Martial on the left and all this kind of stuff. So he still likes him. I don't know why, because I think he's given him enough chances. But yeah, I mean, if it continues the way it is, get rid.
We've got a question from Zoom. It says, Ole in or Ole out? What do you guys think? We'll go around very quickly. Abs, for you, Ole in, Ole out?
Absolutely Ole in. I don't see a reason why Ole should be out. What has he done? We're actually second in the league. I think Zoom K just earlier said that we're a better team than before, and compared to last season. So why would he ask that question? I don't understand.
That's a very good question back at you, Zoom. So let's see what you got in response to that. MZ, very quickly, Ole in, Ole out?
I'll say let him finish the season and we'll see.
Harris, for you, Ole in, Ole out?
Quite shocked at that comment, MZ. I thought you would have been Ole in.
No,
quite shocking.
I'm not like Ole out, but I'm kind of thinking, is he the manager to actually win us trophies in the league? I don't think so.
I'll answer that one. No, he's not.
It's look. He's 2 players away from a series title challenge. A world-class centre back, and
he's a right winger, and maybe
a right winger. Yeah. So if he gets that, MZ, if he gets that, and he doesn't do anything next year, then I totally agree with you. But if he gets that, I've got a feeling that we're going to do something really good next year.
You know what's funny though? The team buys him a world-class centre-back, and he doesn't play him, and he plays Lindelof.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. Seriously, I can see that happening. We'll buy a centre-back, and he'll still play Lindelof. That's my thing with him. Like, he's so naive with that, and I don't blame him. He's still learning. It's like it's his first proper job, like managing a top team. I don't blame him, but that's what I'm talking about. I mean, is he the right manager to take us to the next step to actually win trophies? I don't think so. I mean, one thing he's done, he's brought back that Man United way back into the team. I read something the other day about Mourinho actually firing some staffs at Carrington just because he didn't like them and just fired them. And then with Ole right now, what they say is that the spirit has changed and they're starting to bring back those people that actually stopped working for the club and everything. So that's one thing that he's brought back, and we needed that. The team needed that. But then, footballing wise, winning us trophies, I doubt.
Just before we,
can I just say as well, Qasim? Sorry, can I just say as well that with Man City is when Pep came, his first season, he did nothing, and then he needed to sign 3 50 million pound fullbacks for him to compete. So if you get the right signings, it makes a difference. I don't think if he was that world class player, he wouldn't need to sign 3 fullbacks for 50 million. So I think we need this. I think we just need the right players. It might turn out to be, just like MZ's saying, that and Newcastle, that maybe Ollie's not the man for us to take us to that next level where we start to win trophies. But let's give him a chance. Let's give him what he wants, which is a right winger and a world class centre back. If we get that and he still can't do it, I'll be more than happy to admit he's not the right man to take us to the next level. But I think he needs that chance. And in the summer, he wasn't given the funds that he needed to bring in the plays that he wanted.
Just before we wrap up today's video, we've got a few more comments. Paula Knights, he says, "Sweet Jesus, is it like the perfect evolution of Beards?" You damn right it is. And
this is it. This is how Beards should be.
Beards, RedFlex,
it's supposed to be, and
Man United,
representing all those bearded men out there.
A channel for all the bearded men out there. I was going to say bearded women too as well, but that probably doesn't sound
not
right.
PC,
so last segment of today's show, I think we're all in agreement that it's 3 points. It doesn't matter how we get them, but we got them. So that's the most important thing. But for you, Abs, who was your man of the match?
Tough one. I mean, I think I have to say that Fred was an absolute joke. Yeah. So out of 10, I'd probably give him a 1, and that's me being very kind. In regards to the man of the match, tough one. I think BT Sports gave it to Luke Shaw. I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean, I think he was good.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was good, but I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't think anyone actually did that. No one was exceptional today. So maybe for that reason, I give it Luke Shaw, but I still have to give some credit to Dan James. I'm not saying he's the man of the match, but I'm saying I was impressed with him in regards to what he's been doing anyway, compared to his recent performances.
Abs, I thought you were a footballing man.
I'm a footballing man.
Football knowledge, football.
I'm saying for him, that was a good performance. I don't think anyone was actually better than him on the night today.
Let's just put it this way, MZ and Harris, I'm going to come to you shortly about one of the matches, but we had Dan James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka as our right-hand side.
Not very good. Not very potent, is it?
That is sickening. And if you want to know what's wrong with Manchester United and why we are in the plight that we are for the last 7 years, that is the reason, because we got 2 people who can literally not do anything going forwards, and that's who we got our hats on. And those are the kind of people that Harris is happy with being our right-hand side players.
People who can't do anything going forward but still score. I'm happy with that. People who can't do anything but still score. I'm happy with that.
MZ, your man of the match.
Dan James.
Oh,
Dan James.
Yes.
Rubbing salt into the wound of Qasim there.
Dan James.
Harris, your man.
Young lad. Yeah, I'm not going to give it Dan James, Qasim, even though I'd love to. I'd love to give it Dan James. Just to see your reaction. Just to see your reaction. I'd love to. But you have to give it a show, I guess, because he didn't do anything wrong, I guess. Everyone else kind of did things wrong or didn't do their jobs as well as they could have. So, and Shaw did. So, Luke Shaw.
One thing we've not mentioned yet is Harry Maguire's error for the Newcastle goal. That's a disgraceful header
poor
from
clearance.
him. Pathetic. He should have not headed it back into play again. He should have headed it back out for a corner again. That's a huge mistake from Harry Maguire, and he's error prone, and that concerns me going forward.
Yeah, I don't think it's ideal, but I still take Maguire over Lindelof.
I'd
rather have any one of us partner
anyone compared to Qasim, but anyone compared to you'd rather have anyone compared to Victor Lindelof, right? So that doesn't mean Harry Maguire is a good defender.
I think Harris, I think you could put your footballing shoes on again. I think you could do a better job.
Yeah, probably do a decent job.
Harris is a fullback though. Harris is a fullback.
I'm a fullback though. I'm not a centre back. Qasim, this is your role.
This is your role, the centre back.
This is made for you.
Get me up. Sign me up.
Let's chat to Ole, mate. Send him a message on Instagram. Send him a message. Qasim's ready.
I'll send you a little montage of what I'm capable of. That pretty much wraps up today's video. Just a reminder for everybody, if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the RedFlex. As we've already said, we've hit the first milestone of 100, but let's raise the bar a little bit. Let's go for that 1,000 subs. So we need everybody's support to try and get us to that figure. So yeah, as I said, Manchester United, it wasn't pretty, but it's 3 points.
Who was your man of the match?
MZ?
Who was your man?
My man of the match.
Dan James, Qasim, right?
No, absolutely not Dan James. My man of the match would probably be, and this proves that this isn't just, a hate campaign or, just to kind of annoy Harris or anything, but I think Marcus Rashford had a good game today.
He did.
So I will give my man of the match to Rashford. But obviously the issue that I have with him is in the next game, we probably won't see him for the 90 minutes. But let's see. So that pretty much wraps up today's video. Thank you, everybody, for commenting, getting involved, engaging with us. We will be back for...
the beard comment was good. Video. I enjoyed that one.
What's that, sorry?
The beard comment.
Get him back on. Who's he? Who's the guy? Get him back on the show. Get him on the show.
You have the keys to the RedFlex. Your comment was the comment of the day. If we had a sponsor, I could say it was sponsored by, but unfortunately we don't. But if you want to, get in touch with us at the RedFlex official.
Any shaving companies out there? Any sort of trimming companies? Any companies of trimmers?
I think the fans would get absolutely crazy at the thought of Harris in an advert where he's sponsoring one of these products. I think everybody will be at the edge of their seats. Harris is made for the camera. He's made for these adverts.
Listen, mate, they sell like hotcakes, mate. That product would sell like hotcakes. I'm telling you.
Very photogenic.
As soon as the advert goes live, mate, they'll be selling it. They'll be flying off the shelves. I'm telling you.
We'll have to fight to keep Harris on the RedFlex because I'm sure the companies
will be after him.
Throwing deals at his way. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching today's show. We'll be back with more videos and more match previews as we go along. But until then, thank you very much, and we'll all see you very soon again. Thanks a lot.
Where's this?
You want to do the honors? You want to do the honors of ending the video?